Hello world. I know I've been gone a while. Um, I have finally been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder and borderline tendencies. And I've known for a very, very long time that I have both. Well, I've known that I have anxiety for a very long time, but I knew that I have had some borderline or bipolar or something because about 4 years ago I kind of got an insight into my family history. And this is something that I never had access to being adopted, so I didn't know. I just knew that I was very anxious for a very, very long time, and depressed for a very long time. And I didn't feel like I could talk about this because I was never actually diagnosed. So I can't you're not allowed to really you can't self-diagnose, but I just felt like why speculate until the doctor actually tells me that I have this. And it's like really crazy because for a very I think that for a while I've my brain has kind of worked like this, where if somebody starts talking to me and I'm having a conversation with them and they start talking, I just like space out and I'm somewhere else and I'm thinking I have a presentation to do tomorrow. When's this guy gonna text me back? When is this? And everything they just said is like gone, and it's like I'm not in the moment. I'm not even here. I'm living in another world, but my body's here, but I'm like gone. And my therapist talked to me today about like doing mindfulness exercises and things that will get me to kind of be present, meditation basically. And then I was like, okay, I'll do this. And she's like, okay, look at one thing in your room and focus on it and be like, just describe it to yourself. Think about what it would feel like. Look at the shape of it. Really focus on that one thing. And then focus on another thing. And then focus on another thing. And do the same thing 5 times. And breathe deep. She had me breathe like do 2 deep breaths before doing that. And then I was like, okay, this is good. I feel like, I'm here. And then right after my appointment, I went out to eat with my parents. And the second my mom started talking to me, my brain went, and then I was like, okay, deep breaths. Like I caught myself and I was like, whoa, deep breaths. Let's look around. Let's look around. And I looked at stuff in the restaurant and it brought me back. But then a second after I did it, like my brain just did it again. And I was like, oh, like I just do this all the time. And that messed me up because I actually started getting more anxiety thinking like, oh no, like, and I felt like, okay, I'm getting overwhelmed by this. Like, this is not good. And I just like went to the bathroom and I just like took deep breaths. I came back and I was like, okay, this is going to take a while to get better. This is going to be a real learning process. And I think that it's like, it's a little bit scary for me because I already have like a terrible memory. And I feel like half the time I don't remember like things that happen in my life with other people, like experiences. And that's not good at all. Because then like, how am I going to have memories of things my parents have said or things that I've done with my boyfriend or things like experiences? That's frightening. The fact that I'm not present ever. I'm always just off somewhere else. My brain's, and I think this is kind of like disassociation, where you kind of detach yourself. And I never really realized I was doing it. It was just normal to me. Like, that's just normal. So it's a very, very frightening thing. And I should have seen a therapist years ago, quite honestly, because I've known that I've had these issues. And I think I just didn't want to worry my parents. I just didn't want them to be like, why is she seeing a therapist? Like, what's going on? Um, Now that I'm an adult and I feel like I need to do this for myself because my tendencies affect everybody around me, and I care a lot about that more than I even care about myself, quite honestly. Like, I care more about what I'm doing to other people that's affecting them. But then again, whatever I am doing to myself affects them as well, so it has to be for me, but it's just I can't, like, live with myself like this, you know? I for a while, I was able to kind of keep myself under wraps almost, and I would have some bad tendencies, but I think what happened is I kinda just snapped back to reality. There goes gravity. Uh, um, like, I kinda just went off the deep end almost, and I've been in a bad place lately, and I was like, I need to talk to someone. I can't, like, have these thoughts anymore. I have the worst, like, intrusive thoughts that are just so negative, um, about it's, like, paranoid too, you know? Like, "I bet this person's doing this behind my back," and, like, "Oh, he's gonna leave me. Oh, this and that." Like, all of these things that are completely irrational, and the worst part is I'm completely self-aware of it. I know that this is what like, I know it's wrong and it's not it's like I'm not it's like I can't control it, but I know it's happening. And, I need to retrain my brain. I need to go through with this DBT that I'm dialectical behavioral therapy. Um, at first I thought that I had to get CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, which I would have found very funny because CBT, but unfortunately, DBT is what I get. And, um it's just I'm gonna have to really work to rewire my thinking because it's all messed up. And I cannot help but feel like guilt for the people that I have affected with this in the past because no one really deserves to be impacted by my problem. That's my problem. And now I'm making it your problem when it doesn't have to be. I've lost friendships probably from this. I've really and this is the thing, like, I can't dwell on this because the best thing to do is move forward and say, "I'm not letting this happen again. I am not letting myself hurt other people because of a problem that I should be seeking help with, like, for." But at the same time, it's hard not to feel that pang of guilt that says, you know, "Why didn't I do this sooner? Why didn't I?" And it's really, I think, because of the shame that I had and, um, not wanting my parents to think something's wrong with me and worry for me. So, coming this far, I am proud of myself to finally be like reaching out for help and, you know, weekly therapist appointment now, like how it should have been. Um, but at the same time, like I said, it's just hard. But I have to be able to just move past it because what I've done in the past cannot happen again. And that's that. It's as simple as that. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's like flawed. But yeah, I have to say, I think I've been a reprehensible person. I think I've been somebody who's very, very toxic. I've been somebody who's said and done things that would appall people and are worthy of like complete and utter um I don't even know what the word disgraceful no disdain. That's the word. Disdain. Um, but I won't let that be my future. I won't have anxiety about that in the future because it won't happen again. I mean, you know, it's going to be a journey. I might slip up, but I have to just try for myself. And I think this has affected like every aspect of my life. So my productivity, my motivation, everything. Um, Especially because I become very dependent on other people. And then it feels like, why do anything? Why do anything? I don't want to get too into it because it's like not, it's not positive. I'm trying to keep things positive. And if I even, I think in the future I'll be able to talk more about this, but for now it just feels like pathetic. And I want to just like say to myself, let's keep going. Let's keep trying. Let's not dwell on the mistakes because that's not going to do anything. So what I will say is that I'm going to have a long, arduous journey, and I am going to come back to making YouTube videos more often. I know I've said this before and it didn't happen, but it's actually like a main goal focus of mine now is to kind of come back, make videos, and just like whatever I want and not judge myself and not say this sucks, like this isn't good enough, don't put it out. And instead I'll say I can do better next time, but I think this was all right. Because perfection is the enemy of good, right? So that's it. I just wanted to talk about this because it is a huge part of my life and it has been affecting me for a very, very long time. And I want to be able to be present. I want to live in the present. I want to be here. I want to be not like feeling like I'm not even in control of my own body, or like I'm not the one doing things for myself, or like, because that's really scary to me, to feel like I'm kind of having an out of body experience almost. And I just like need to do this for myself. And I'm really like, even just the first 2 therapy appointments that I've had so far have been very, very like constructive and helpful. And, I'm going to learn a lot, and everything I learn, I hope will just help me. So yeah. I think for a while I was really ashamed of admitting these things, admitting that I have like mental illness, because I didn't want people to disregard the things that I say, like as though I can't be intelligent and have mental illness. And I didn't want to talk about it because I wasn't diagnosed, and it felt like I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, I think I might have this, and people be like, how do you know? People get very, you're not diagnosed. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to be making more videos on this channel soon. Probably mostly on the main channel, but I will be making more videos on this channel. I will. I'm speaking it into existence, as they say. Okay. Thank you.